What's going on, guys? So as you can see, I have one of the strut tower bars that are going to go onto the Integra. I'm going to be doing the install video for the front and the rear. The one I have right here, as you can see from the back, is the rear strut tower bar. So we're going to start with that one. So let's go over to the back of the car and I'll exactly show you how to get this installed. Alright, as you can see, there's these little covers that cover the actual strut tower bar and everything. I already popped off this one, but if you can see that there is a difference between this one and this one that I'm gonna open up right now. To open up, all you gotta do is get like a little screwdriver, so I'm gonna just pop it off. Especially the older it is, the easier it is to pop off. But these little things right here in the middle, you're gonna have to remove. So you can just get like you know, a file or scissors or a knife or something, and then just cut it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that really fast, and then I'll continue with the install video. Alright, as you can see, I already, removed it. All I did was use a regular pocket knife. It's just cheap plastic. So next thing you want to do is remove these two bolts right here on each side. So it's 4 in total, and that's a 14mm socket. So once you remove that, we'll get on to the next step. Don't lose these bolts because you're going to be reusing them. Now that you have all 4 bolts removed, now it's time to grab your strut tower bar and literally just place it, put it in place on both sides, of course, and it's pretty much installed now. All you gotta do is get your bolts back in and you're good. It's also very important to torque these to specification. I think these are between 33 to 43 foot-pounds of torque, so I like to go somewhere right in the middle. So I'm probably gonna go I don't know, maybe 38 foot-pounds of torque is probably what I'm gonna go for. So don't forget to torque them to spec. And there you go, it is fully installed, and I think it looks actually really good. Something that some people do is they just cut the little paddle or cover panel or whatever, just so that it looks a little bit more filled in there. I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's not too serious to me, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. So that's the rear. Let me know what you think about the rear, and I'm now going to go get started on the front. Alright, so this is the strut tower right there, and right over here, as you can see, it's still 2 bolts that I'm going to need to remove, and I'm going to have to keep them as well, just like the rear. The only problem is that this little electrical section right here I'm going to have to remove because it's going to get in the way of the strut bar. But in order for me to get to that, I have to move my intake out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way right now so I can start taking the electrical stuff off. Alright, the intake is removed, and the way it looks like it's just one what appears to be a 10mm bolt. So I'm going to remove that bracket and then just, scoot this out of the way and maybe zip tie it somewhere else. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and I'll let you know what happens. Okay, so yeah, all it was a 10mm bolt. So I'm going to basically just scoot it aside for now, maybe zip tie it somewhere. Before I zip tie it somewhere though, I want to actually fit the strut bar on here, like actually get it installed. And because the intake is a little bit fat and weird looking, some people actually call it a whale genitalia to keep it PG rated here. But anyways, so once I get the intake installed and the strut bar installed, I will be zip tying this somewhere just to get it a little bit out of the way. I'm thinking somewhere down here, whatever, maybe something like that. I don't know, we'll see. So next up, let's get these bolts removed. Again, just like the rear, they're 14mm bolts on both sides, so it's 4 in total. So let's get those removed so that we can continue with installation. Alright, as you can see, I already have this side inside the bolts and everything like that. On this side, however, it will not go in because the strut tower, the struts or whatever, in this case my coilovers, actually sit in an angle. So because of that, I'm gonna have to lift this side a little bit just so that I can so that the bolts can lower a little bit, so that I can actually fit the strut down properly, so the strut tower properly. So let's lift this side of the car up so that we can finish this install. It is in place now. On this side, you can see that the bolts are a lot shorter, but that's because the car is lifted on this side. This side is still in, so we're good. So now let's lower the car so that we can actually get these bolted on. And there you go. Now let's get these bolts on. Alright, so the bolts are on. I got my torque wrench right here, and the torque specification is the same as the rear, so I'm just going to continue with that and torque it down so that I can get this intake installed and get that whole electrical situation taken care of. Alright, so there you have it. The intake is back installed. I ended up zip tying it back there. I doubt you can see it. It's kind of dark. So I'm not really going to bother. But here is the final product of the DC Sports CS2 strut tower bar installed on the front and the rear. So let me know what you guys think. So there you guys go. The whole install probably took not even 15 to 20 minutes. It's a very easy install. The only thing that always makes it harder is the fact that it's hot as hell out here. So always makes every job a little bit tougher, only because the heat just plain sucks. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the description down below what you guys think about the front and rear strut tower bar installed on the Integra. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next video.